is just some things that I thought could be of inspiration. We are beginning to get approaches on LinkedIn from properties. This is relatively new. We haven't had this happen before, but this is hopefully the tip of an iceberg. So there could be some marketing opportunities there. And moreover, these are two people that we had networking sessions with last week. This is Danielle. Danielle worked early days at Lyft, at Uber, and a company called Etsy. She was one of the first employees to join what became one of the leading craft websites in the world. And we got quite a lot of insights from Danielle about how to get really mission-driven communities started. So that was good. And I had a session here with Natasha. Natasha was what did she do? She designed training programs at Uber for Latin America, and here she is in Medellin, Colombia. And we got a few insights from Natasha that I also put on the all hands later about situational leadership. So quite inspirational talk from Natasha, sharing her knowledge about how to incorporate psychology and understanding people into developing good programs. And we have this visualization, which is a new visualization produced by Vidi for stacked graphs, showing essentially the distribution of inquiries. And that's been somewhat helpful for us to understand where trends are in terms of guest house to villa distribution, and also which particular areas in Bali are getting bookings and inquiries. Okay, so that's some highlights. We still have employee office hours are 3 to 4. Please speak with our conducts those times. And I don't know if I've been a little bit busy, so I haven't been able to attend the lunch hour. But we do have the lunch hour at 12 o'clock. This is Bali time, also Singapore time. I believe it's 11 o'clock in Wei. So yeah, come to lunch hour if you'd like to. Next is I'll talk about a few different things. Actually, I'll talk about the second part. Principle first. So this is related to, back again, control. I know it is difficult working through a pandemic because there's so many things happening, and a lot of these things are, I think, extremely draining of energy if you tend to focus on them. Global politics, the condition of the economy, these macroeconomic features, and of course we can't control these. So I think they become overwhelming if we choose to focus on them with prolonged time and energy. But I feel that the victories and the achievements can still be made on a more personal level, and this is why I think it's important to set and achieve goals that are realistic, goals that are within your control, and goals that still can work. So set realistic goals and collaborate globally. That is one of the big takeaways. And we're beginning to already get back into shape again, setting our KPIs, revenue goals, and setting objective results that indicate we're becoming more effective and efficient as a company. So if we do set goals that are out of our control, then we will feel probably disempowered from week to week. But if we do set goals that are based on our own performance and on factors that we do control, as time goes along, we'll feel better and more progressive. Okay, so a few days ago, I was watching a educational scientist. He speaks a lot to children in the U.S. It's Neil deGrasse Tyson, or Neil Tyson deGrasse, pretty famous scientist. He's on Masterclass. So I was watching his class about understanding knowledge and removing cognitive bias, and he said something that actually was quite inspirational. And he says, as the area of our knowledge grows, so too does the perimeter of our ignorance. So as the area of our knowledge grows, so too does the perimeter of our ignorance. And the second thing he said was, the day you stop making mistakes is the day you can be sure you're no longer on the frontier. So I've come to reflect that that's very relevant to the moment of what we're doing, because we are now awash in new knowledge that we previously did not have. And we are learning new things that we previously did not know about. And I think that's great, but it also has this strange effect where we now realize there's so much more that we don't know. We realize that the road ahead might actually be longer than we had originally thought. And that's okay. I think what we can still control is to stay curious, keep the faith. This is, I think, normal. It's just like as you explore more frontiers, you're going to see that there's boundaries and there's new things that you didn't know when you first got started. So, in terms of what we're trying to achieve, it's being innovative means that we'll always be on the edge of things, and this means that we'll always be the first to make these kinds of mistakes, and we will always feel the most uncertainty. So once I realized that, oh, that's actually a good thing when we feel these uncertainties, then I became a little bit more inspired. Okay, next one was the zone of proximal development, but Gideon's already explained that from last week, so I'll continue and move on. All right, for the July theme, I've decided that the theme was going to be to collaborate better together. So there's been some feedback, and I think at this point in the company, we have a clear vision, we have a clear mission for each chapter, and we have clear daily activities where we build on our pivots and move along. However, there's been some reflection, and I've taken some time to think about it myself too as well after hearing input from various people across the company. We might be good at doing our own project stack right now, but the question is, are we collaborating effectively to actually move towards a mission as a group? So I think we're ready now to evolve from working on individual projects that are, let's say, entirely solely focused on individual achievements. We can think more collaboratively about how do we team together and work on things that actually elevate different chapters at the same time. So, as part of Thriving, I've broken it down into two things. Think about how to explore and connect with other chapters. Really think about how your work can actually be helping somebody else, or how your work can bridge somebody else's work too as well. And the other part is, one of the hardest challenges, I think, in what we're doing is we are a technology hospitality company. And bridging that, I think, is where most of the struggle is going to be. Most of the struggle in Bukit Vista, I don't think, will be in creating programs or tools or creating, let's say, solutions. It will really be to get these technology parts to work really well with people, people who are fairly traditional, people who come from different backgrounds all over the world, and people who have a different outlook on life and business and how technology affects them than we do. So this, I think, is the continuous challenge of working here at Bukit Vista. It's one of the worthiest challenges, I think, in the industry. But once again, this is something that needs time, and it needs expectation and awareness to be able to do well. So emerging technology with hospitality is something that we will continuously face, and we need to be well prepared for how to merge these together. On Survive, same missions as before: to find and close the largest supply skills in the market, optimize our survival efficiency. This is something new that I put on because I think we've been operating thinking that if we put enough effort into it, then we must be doing a good job. But coming and looking at just the numbers overall, for inquiry optimization, for other performance factors, we realize that there's still quite a long road that we can go on to fix things. And I would encourage that to also develop into more efficient ways of doing business. And of course, maintaining our current future rankings on Airbnb. Okay, the big idea is to get the $100 million valuation, and that begins with, once again, this idea of the super app that uses data as the manager, and exploring all the global opportunities available to us across the world. All right, if you guys want to read this fifth article, it's attached here. I've gone ahead and created a link for this. All right, I did not have any time this week, unfortunately, to ask the priority questions again, but we'll quickly go over it and I'll give my thoughts. Are we in a recovery? Um, I would say I'm not as bleak as last week, but it doesn't look like what a true recovery should look like at the moment, and we don't have enough data to know. A recovery would indicate, at least from my point of view, that we will see a progression in bookings that indicate we can get back to where we were before. But if you take a look at the booking pace for the time being, it has not moved significantly into a growth direction. It's still pretty much on 6 to 10. So that doesn't really move our business forward in a significant way. July and August tend to be the peak seasons, but with the airport closed and travel restrictions still present, it probably will not make too much impact to a short-term recovery. All right. What will recovery look like? I think we've talked about this numerous times. It will look like increasing booking revenue. It'll look like increasing booking pace. It'll look like growing weekly sales. And currently, we do not see that yet on our statistics. And are we making progress towards our goals? I think we are making a interesting kind of progress. I think that we have built a car, and if getting to our goal is winning a race, and this is, let's say, a race of automobiles, I think we have built a car. I think we have thought about where to put the wheel, where to put the steering, where to put the body, how to design the car so that it has good communication, good robust parts. But I don't think we've practiced enough as a team racing the car and really trying to compete. So the way I see it, we do have, let's say, the car, but we haven't had enough practice actually racing it to win the race. So we have made progress, but just probably focus a little bit more on collaboration and finding ways to help each other across different teams. Okay, we'll go past the missions of each chapter. These have been, I think, well understood. And plus, for some of the interns here today, this is part of the onboarding program now, so this should be pretty clear. And we'll go right into our personal updates. Now, today we have a few more updates since we've taken on a few new interns. So let's start with Tendy. Tendy, you're first, sir. So let's hear your update.
Thank you, Jane. Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Tendy.
Morning. Okay, so my biggest achievement for last week is make a post hosting workflow for HR and then member, and already pass it to the HR team. And then my biggest personal growth is start to deploy the photo to guests for pre-hosting. And then when I'm younger, I want to be the football player. So I really love football and playing every day. And then my biggest actionable discovery is reusing daily to-do list on Trello. Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Tendy. Let's go down to your second one, Tendy.
Okay. Yeah. So my biggest achievement is got Asri Village to pass the CSC and then get Dream Breeze to join the CSC program and then train Green Village for the bigger the Green Village staff for the bigger, and then using offline communication to make or teach the partners start to learn online communication, and then the actionable discovery is using offline method to teach partner is more faster but not scalable, but more slow as partner using online but it's more scalable. So I would like to start to teach how to move to online training instead of teach about training program on site. Thank
Excellent.
you.
Thank you very much, Tendy. Let's go next to Nadine. Nadine, over to you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. So the biggest achievement is I got several deals in a fairly short period of time, both from Airbnb and Facebook. And also, thank you for Phoebe, Lilis, and also Kagani for working together on this project as well. And for my biggest personal growth is I'm currently actively using direct inquiry Trello so yeah, it will be transparent for revenue manager and also HR team. And I started delegation already. And what I want to be when I was younger is I want to be Lea Michelle because she's actually both singer and also Broadway actress, so basically superstar. So I want to be her. And then the biggest actionable discovery is use prioritization to choose which topic need to be discussed with a wider scale and involve many people because this will support time efficiency and also using your bandwidth wisely. So,
Excellent.
thank you,
Thank you very
sir.
much, Nadine. Lea Michelle was in Les Miserables, right? Like I think from Broadway.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, very good. Next to Cynthia. Cynthia, over to you.
What is it?
Okay, Cynthia, I don't think has arrived yet.
Yes.
Oh, Cynthia, yes.
Yep.
No? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, sir, and good morning, everyone. So, for my biggest achievement, actually, I don't have any biggest achievement yet. Instead of trying to be honest to myself for what I feel for this whole week. I mean, like if I don't like it, then I won't do it. And yeah, it's kind of like that. I'm starting to be honest with myself, and it feels good. And then for the personal growth is like I invest my money on a book that the title like Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life. I heard that is a good book. And then also the things I want to be when I was younger is I want to be Garuda Indonesia flight attendant, but it's pretty hard for me. And then what else is the biggest discovery? It's like making a manual to-do list and write down some important things to help me organize my work because I'm easily like forget things. So yeah, that helped me so much. That's from me. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Cynthia. Let's go over next to Andre. Andre, over to you. Okay, Andre, I don't see him on the chart yet. Let's go next to Diva.
Okay, thank you, Jing, and good morning, everyone.
How are you, Diva?
So, my biggest achievement is basically delivering, I hope, so-called legacies is the brand book, some pages of the website, and also the guidelines for the 360 virtual tour. I'm hoping this can help not only the content team but also the chapters as well. And my biggest personal growth is I actually read this in the book and I try to learn to prioritizing better values, just using better things to give a fuck about because when you give better fucks, you get better problems and there's no such thing as happiness. There's just like a better problem. So better problem will lead you to a better life. So they say. And when I was a kid, I don't know, I really wanted to be a lapor koran, newspaper delivery, like just because I saw the I'm I was attracted to like a retro vintage posters and they look nice. They dress well on it, but in the reality here in Indonesia, they don't dress that well. But that's cool, delivering news. Yes. So, and my biggest discovery is don't find yourself, but better never know who you are. That's I think what keeps you striving and discovering. That is by Mark Manson actually. Yeah.
Terrific. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Diva. Wow. A Lupur Quran is one of the jobs that I don't think exists anymore.
Yeah. Shame.
But you can still be a bike messenger. They still have
I'm
those.
not that healthy anymore. I don't think I can do it. My breath is not like Kali who do bicycling every Sunday.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Diva. Let's go next to Rizal.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, good morning, everyone. So my biggest achievement is I don't have a big achievement last week, but on my personal growth is I start working again with first chapter member, which is CIC with Andre and proposal and pitch deck with Lilis from RM, and that's my dream when I uh, when I was young to be a rally driver. I was brainwashed by video games, so yeah, that's like impossible for me. And for my actionable discovery is join other chapters. Scrum is fun, and we can get more new ideas and new insight. Yeah, that's from me.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Rizal. I believe that is absolutely true. Wow, cool. Rally driver. That's really original. Let's go over next to Gani. Gani, next to you.
Okay, good morning everyone.
Morning.
My biggest achievement last week is I just finished layouting our property management website page. So, but still need to be improved. Big thanks to Mas Rizal and Diba to giving a guidance. And then the apa ini namanya personal growth is I believe that every effort we make today will be valuable in the future. So learn the process even you fail. Okay, so what I want to be when I was young is I want to be a Kopassus. It's so cool. Yeah, I want to be a soldier. So yeah, but on the actionable discovery, no actionable discovery. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Gani. Gani, my capoeira instructor was Kopassos actually, and he's also a movie star.
Yes.
So yeah,
Alas.
if you come to Bali next time, I'll introduce you to him, and you can live those moments.
Yeah.
All right, next. Thank you very much. Next to Aldo. Over to you, Aldo.
Okay, good morning everyone. So my biggest achievement is I learned on taking 360 photos and taking it on several villas in Canggu and Dingin. And my biggest personal growth is I learned photography again, as I think I am still lack of it, and I was taking photo at Rio Oka tropical space. And next is my ambition when I was start is being a diplomat, which maybe I still can pursue right now, but I don't know if I can or not. And next is actionable discovery. Using to-do list is important for organizing and prioritization.
Excellent. Thank you very much,
Okay.
Aldo. What sort of diplomat would you want to be between which two countries?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know, sir. I have no idea.
All right, sounds good. Let's go next to Vidi. Vidi, over to you.
Okay, morning everyone. So my biggest achievement this week was I hosted a happy hour with Katendi. It was interesting and it was really fun. Thank you, Kara, for the chance to host happy hour too. And also, I was able to make an agreeable RM decision on behalf of the partner prior to the partner's knowledge with Nadim, and it was pretty interesting. An interesting case, I think. My biggest my what's this one again?
Personal growth.
Personal growth. I took a day off for some refreshment. That was good, and I also think that I have deeper understanding on contextual analysis right now. When I was younger, I wanted to be a clinical psychologist. That is a picture of Freud, and the actionable discovery. My actionable discovery is basically this is about the prioritization, and I do think at this point there are a more complex case of prioritization, especially in the Eisenhower matrix. And if you guys are interested, take a look at the link. It mentions how there are alternatives to Eisenhower matrix, not alternative, basically plug-in or extension to Eisenhower matrix if you feel that Eisenhower matrix kind of limits the prioritization method. That's it.
Excellent. Okay. All right. Very interesting analysis. It's almost like a research analysis. Okay. Cool. Thank you, Vidi. So yes, organization is one of the things I believe that are going to get more complex as we move along. So thank you for broadening and extending the area of knowledge there. Let's go next to Lilith. Lilith, over to you. Oh wait, I don't see Lilith actually in roll call, so let's skip the list and let's go next to Ara.
Okay, good morning everyone. So my biggest achievement for last week is that this is the first time I actually onboarded interns in cohort. Usually I onboarded people in individuals, which is actually shows growth and a better sequence. And then for biggest personal growth, I learned about Shutterstock, Pixabay, Lightroom, and also from reading Google Analytics. And then for when I was younger, I always wanted to be an Indonesian diplomat for Washington D.C. Why? Because my family basically have the same background. So some of my aunties are working in diplomat at Washington D.C. That was just a picture of our country right now. Okay, also like the biggest actionable discovery is that pivot the bad, not the good. So focus on detecting the bad to make another pivot. And then I personally think that maintaining what we have already is as important as innovating. So yeah, better be careful on nurturing both innovate and maintenance of the existing things. Thank
Very
you.
good. Very good. Thank you, Ara. Yes, I would agree. When you pivot, make sure you don't pivot away from something that is successful into something that is not necessarily certain. That is a good limiter on pivots. Okay. Next on my side, I really don't think my achievements were that solid, but I did see progression on the mission of leadership on higher levels. So in attending different chapter sync ups, I can see that as a chapter, people are now thinking more clearly on how to discover the biggest opportunities and the biggest threats, and they're striving more clearly on how to prioritize. What I really realized was how much I still don't know, actually, and how much more knowledge is out there. Personal growth, I think, is to stay curious and stay positive, even though there might not be a solution for the time being. Keep looking. It's the journey that actually makes everything worthwhile in the end, not necessarily the destination. So that's part of personal growth. And also, I noticed after watching the masterclass, we all have self biases that inhibit progression. I wasn't even aware of necessarily how many biases I had until I started listening to scientists again. So that was actually pretty cool. Okay, this is Kelly Johnson. So Kelly Johnson was a aerospace engineer. He designed one of the fastest airplanes in the world. He had a part of Lockheed, which is a big aerospace company called Skunkworks, and Skunkworks came out with pretty amazing airplanes. When I was a child, I was really inspired to design airplanes. I went to a meeting I went to a Christmas party with my dad one time, and everybody said, "You'll never get a job," and they were actually right. There have been fewer and fewer jobs in the aerospace industry. So I guess I didn't become an aerospace engineer. This is my biggest personal actionable discovery. This is situational leadership. This is something that I learned from Natasha. So Natasha told me about leading is not about being a consistent leader to different people. You need to change your leadership style depending upon what the situation is and how much competency and commitment that you see needs to be administered. So I took a lot away from this, and this is something that I'm going to apply to my day-to-day work. So really good. Okay, next to Rafid. Over to you, Rafid.
Selamat pagi Bukit Vista.
Selamat pagi, Rafid.
Yeah. So it's no big achievement last week, only daily routine on HR and activity. And my personal goal is new normal and go out for and meet the owners and the partners. And also help to keep the money with Wayana and also to go around his press, field press. And then when I was a kid, I always said I want to be a doctor. And after junior high school, and somebody asking, "What do you want to be?" Just I said, "Just shut up. Just, I want to be myself." I said, "So fuck you," I said. And then I just want to be myself, and that's because if somebody is asking you every time, right, what do you want to be? Well, it's so boring, right? I just said, "Shut up. What do you?" I just want to be myself. Just keep your fucking mouth. I said.
Yeah.
And then my what is called what is the last one?
Actionable discovery.
Oh yeah, it's love what you do and do what you love. That is very good. So it's not only like, but you need to love what you do. That is my personal discovery. I think that's all. Back to you, Jing.
Thank you very much, Rafik. All right, let's we'll jump over Tendi over to Riyadh. Riyadh. Okay, go ahead.
Tuh kalau mau ngomong pasti ada aja masalahnya.
Okay, I think Riyadh's a little bit offline right now, so we jump over
Anjing
Riyadh.
siapa
We'll
mau
kick
jadi
over to Bayu.
Brisbane?
Bayu.
Sampah nih Mas Bayu emang.
Okay, good morning.
Morning, Bayu.
Okay, my biggest achievement this week is that I've been successful to release the pending payout from 2017. Yeah, so that's 34 million. That's in one profile. So next, my target will be in other like 6 or 7 profiles. That's a lot of money actually, and we don't know that we have that, and Airbnb don't know that that they have our money. So this is a pretty good discovery actually, and yeah. My personal growth this week is I learned another development pattern using Flutter actually. So Flutter is a framework developed by Google to develop mobile app across multiple devices. So we can develop for Android and iOS in one code. So that's what I'm learning, and then
Kamu flatter banget sih.
what I want to be when I grew up. As a kid, I always fascinated by
Lucu kan?
Bruce Wayne. So he's basically his just like a dream, right? So he's rich, don't need to think about
Fiction.
work, and he have a lot of toys, and someone to help him to build the toys. Albert, I forget the name. So that's and discoveries, actionable discovery. Yeah, basically Airbnb don't know that they have our money, and we don't know that we have our money stuck on Airbnb, and it's because the system does this automatically, so it will clock when that happened. Basically, the system didn't match, but actually this can be cleared up manually by human because it's very sensible to clear this out, so that we can just follow up with this. And then second actionable discovery is that's why I learned Flutter to develop mobile app is basically 60% of our partner use mobile device to access Bigger, where Bigger is actually optimized for mobile experience in a browser, but I think if we develop this into, if we have an app that is actually installed on their device, we can freely just notify them anytime we want, like what same like WhatsApping them, but it's in our own application. I think this will increase the user engagement.
Excellent. Okay, very good. Thank you very much, Bayu, for the update. Yes, Lucius Fox builds Batman's toys. Lucius. Okay. Next. Okay, back over to Riyadh. Riyadh, over to you.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, my biggest achievement in community, I don't really have a big achievement for the last week, except for the SAR, like helping the getting like inquiries from the Facebook for Idamans, and thank you Moana for collecting the money as well. So I think that's my achievement for HR is that. And for biggest personal growth, it's to develop better time management using Google Calendar. So I try to get used to that, and it does work. It does help me a lot to get a better time management. And then for the what I want to be when I was younger, when I was younger, I want to be, or as a kid, I always want to be a rock star. Angus Young, CDC, it's my first idol at that time. So yeah, it's CDC live at Donington on Lesser Days, baby. Yeah, Lesser Days. I think none of you know about Lesser Days. It's a pretty big case.
I remember
Yeah. And
Masih yang
now,
nggak tahu.
yeah, London is pretty big. It's way bigger than today's DVD. So it's massive and left me a lot of memories. So yeah, it's yeah, cool. I know that, Rafik. I can see that. I can see that. But yeah, now neither I can play guitar very well, nor do his signature dog support. So it's pretty ironic. So yeah, that's where I want to be as a rock star. And then as I grow older, I know that I can be a rock star. So what's next? Oh yeah, the biggest action of this cafe is like clear communication is important. So through Google Calendar, also Trello, and how we connect with other team members. That's how you do clear communication, which for me is important. Thank you, over to you, sir.
All right, thank you very much, Rian. Let's go next to let's see, Wayana. Wayana, over to you.
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Hi, Wayan.
Morning, Mo.
Okay, the last week biggest achievement, I think I have temporary partnership, and then I have a guest that staying in the make a deal with them for 1 month guest, and also clear up June payout with partner on in the bigger. So yeah, thank you for Cynthia to help also coordinate on bigger as well, and biggest personal growth. It's always excited to find a new deal. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's easy, but as long as we think it's possible, it can be done. Each one has own unique journey, either with the guest or the owner. So when I was young, it's like I think when I remember see the airplane from like my field, like I was like curious, like I was maybe 6 or 7, and I was like see like how is that from the curiosity, how does that feel like go to the airplane, and then how is the people like imagining what it's people like outside the world, like what it look like. And then yeah, basically want to see like the world, but that time I don't know like which area, like what the color of people, and it's I had no idea. But I think very simple imagination back then, only just to see the rest of the world. And then yeah, when I remember I first traveled, I went to Jogja, and I tell my parents how it feel like to be on the plane. I remember that. Yeah, and then getting better to use my time based on calendar tasks daily and have other expensive closing deal. That's very satisfying for me. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, babe. And yes, now people from all over the world fly over to see you, so that's good as well. All right, next to Kiki. Kiki, over to you.
Hello, good morning everyone. I hope you can clearly hear my voice because I'm in outside right now to buy something. But yeah, my biggest my biggest achievement for this week is I get some new networking with UI, and I held a meeting with Singapore Management Unit and get us a long-term partnership, and also I held a webinar in collaboration with UNER, and it turns out great. The number of attendees is great, and also yeah, for my biggest biggest personal growth, I take my time to ponder. So I used to think that I made no big achievement, both in my personal life and my work life, which isn't good for my personal growth, I think, because it's so pessimistic, and I wonder whether it's okay or not. And I think it's okay to start more, but remember to always appreciate what you have done, because sometimes it helps you grow. And for my apa ya, my past cita-cita or my past dreams, I have various types of dreams. It depends on my age. I used to dream to be a scientist, R&B singer, and having a successful culinary business, especially bakso business. So yeah, because I love bakso. Bakso is the greatest food ever. And then, and then for actionable discoveries, I have two. The first one is meditation before sleep to help me more concentrate for the next morning, and then the second one is being available to my partners sometimes means I need to use their tools. For example, I use WhatsApp call or regular phone call instead of holding a meeting with video conference platforms. Yeah, that's pretty much it from me, sir. Thank you,
Okay.
everyone.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Kiki. Wow. Bakso, the most incredible Indonesian food ever. All right, let's continue. Let's go to Kezia. Kezia, over to you.
Okay, thank you, sir, and good morning, everyone. So my biggest achievement last week is I have done changing 100 title and description into the Airbnb profile listing into Russian. Thank you very much for Jing, for Mas Bayu and Mas Gani for helping me to figure it out. And also my personal growth is I became more able to give feedback and insight about the other member initiative project, especially when I'm being chair. Because before I just still learning, and until now I'm still learning how to become chair and how to give feedback or insight. And when I was young, I really want to be a detective because I really love detective movies, mystery movies, and thriller movies actually. So yeah, I really want to be a detective when I was young. And next, my actionable discovery is I'm being consistent. Pikachu. I'm being consistent about scheduling content per weekly using Dropbox. And actually, thank you for Mas Gani for teaching me how to use it in Dropbox and try to follow new format design based on new Bukit Vista brand book that Kak Diba make it. Yeah, so that's all. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Legacy is happening, Diva. So the new people are using your brand book. Thank you. All right, next. Okay, welcome to Alethea. Alethea, I think this is the first time everybody in the company might be seeing you at the same time. So, Alethea, go ahead.
Oh yes. Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Alethea.
So for the achievement, like I couldn't really think of one. Then I saw Frida. So thank you, Frida, for reminding me. Like yeah, I think like completing a 6-day trial program is a sort of achievement. So yes, thanks, Frida, for reminding me. I think personal growth. I think cause like Jane told me to watch some videos on employer engagement, and yesterday I watched a few, so it's really interesting. So I think like I have a great understanding on it. In terms of what I wanted to be when I was younger, I wanted to be a vet. But then I realized that animals, they only come to me when they want food and they need it a lot. So I decided maybe not. Yeah. And the actionable action is that I think like it's best to just ask people around you so they can help you fill out the manuscript and then you can improve yourself. Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Alethea. What kind of animals, Alethea, did you try to feed?
As in like cats, they only come to me when they want food. Dogs, they come to me sometimes, but most of the time they just want food. And I don't really want to treat the fishes. I mean, fishes are not very cute, but like yeah.
You can go to our joint buy all the fishes behind Gani over there. Yeah. That fishing didn't make it. Okay. Hasbi, I think is off today. Let's go to Caroline. Caroline, over to you.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, morning, Caroline. How you doing?
Great. And so for the biggest achievement, I think I conducted just a mini survey for my research plan. Well, yeah. And the second one is for the personal growth. I finally finished the book that I've been wanting to finish and learn something out of it. And for before I really wanted to be a doctor until I went to Type 1 and the Chinese was too hard. And I think the last one is learn from everyone and everything from your mentor, coworker, even your enemies or the people that you dislike.
Intense. Okay, sounds good. What book did you finish reading, Caroline?
Ego is the enemy.
Okay. That's a good one. Okay, you mentioned that you want to be a doctor, but the Chinese was too hard. Was this a Chinese course?
Because I was in Taiwan before, right? So
Oh, okay.
flying
Okay, yeah.
to the university.
That is tough. That is tough. Okay, all right. Thank you, Caroline. Frida, welcome. Okay, Frida, your update, please.
Ke YouTube, ke
Okay, good morning everybody.
Morning, Frida.
So my yeah, so my biggest achievement last week is I finished my 6 days trial program at Bukit Vista, and my personal growth is that I start earning the revenue management onboarding materials, which is one of the material is toolkit, and I understand what is base rate, standard rate, dynamic rate, and category rate. And also, when I was kid, I want to be a dancer because I often to watch Agnes Mo concert on TV, and I saw they were very compact and very good performance with the dancer team, and which made me want to join them. And my actionable discovery one is I think same with Alithia, like don't be hesitant to ask a mentor or someone else for something that is not understood yet. Thank you, sir. That's all.
All right, thank you, and welcome, Alethea, Frida, and Caroline. So these are our 3 interns, and they will be joining Bukit Vista for the next few.
kita ya. Ini kita nih. Ini berhenti. Sebenarnya hilang, aku takut sepi, tapi yang lain tak berarti. Itu kan? Betul.